Hi friends, and welcome to this little video. This is an additional video that we are creating because several of you have asked for a more in-depth dive into the subject of values. So this isn't necessarily for everyone, but I would recommend, if this is the first time that you've been looking at the concept of values and trying to uncover your values and discover what those are, I would recommend this worksheet for you. Okay, so to get started, print out the worksheet in the area below. We'll link to that below this video. And what you want to do on this worksheet is, first of all, just take a really good glance at it. We have some life areas in the far left-hand column, a column for time, a column for money, a column that says why at the top of it, and a column that has the value represented. So I'm going to talk you through each of those areas right now. We're going to start by talking about the first line, which is career, and I'm just going to use that as an example. The first thing I want you to think about in that second column where it says time spent per week is think about how much time you spend per week on your career. So if you're working a full-time job, you might want that line to be dedicated to the subject of your full-time job. There are some blanks at the bottom of that left-hand column where you could add other things. So if you're working a full-time job, you might have career as a line that you're filling out, and you might have entrepreneurship as a line that you're filling out, because those are two different ventures for you. The thing I want you to do on this worksheet is I want you to be honest with yourself and how you're answering this. So another thing that I typically see when people fill this out is a mom who works outside the home finds out that when she's filling out this worksheet, she's spending 60 hours per week on her career, and she knows that that's not what she wants to be doing. But the reason I want you to fill this out honestly is so that you can recognize those points. If you start to fill this out and you start to feel like a pang of guilt or start to question yourself, that's really good, because that's pointing you to an area in your life where you might be out of alignment and you might want to make some correction on that there. So let's just say that you're spending 40 hours a week on your career. How much money do you spend on your career? Well, on the career line, you might not spend a lot of money. If you're using that line as your business and entrepreneurship, maybe you spend a lot of money on your business taking workshops or courses like this. Thinking about the expenses that you have in your business isn't necessarily something I would tell you to include in this line about career. What you're going for here is what's driving you, and that's what we get into with the why column. What I want you to think about on this worksheet is, why are you willing to spend time and spend money, which are the two biggest investments you can make on these